Hi, comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com. Today, it is the third part in my comic haul from Splat Comics. And today we've got two nice runs of comics, and there is a connection between the two runs. And also, I have some sort of one-off specials in here, which really are quite special. Right. So quite a nice little video this. Now I'm going to start off with the first run of comics. This is a complete run of Supergirl from this one. This is number one from 1972. Uh, and this was Supergirl's first solo title. So she'd appeared loads of times in Action Comics and various other combinations with Superman. Um, but this is her first own title. Um, and this is a fantastic series, I have to say. And I do think this series, this cover art here by the artist Bob Ostner, is really excellent. Um, and in terms of consistency of high quality of art across a number of issues, I think this one has to sort of join along the ranks of, the Bernie Wrightson run on Swamp Thing, Nick Cardy's run on Aquaman. So I do think the artwork here by Bob Oxner is really excellent. So here we go. And of course, we have got the Supergirl movie coming out next year. So I do think this run of Supergirl, which is very collectible. I think I've got all of the issues here. How many issues are there? Um, 10. There's only 10 of these. So it's a very collectible little run. And I'm going to show you all of them because I picked them all up from Darren. And they're all in nice grades, varying between fine and near mint. Issue number two. Um, Great Supergirl cover art there. That one is in very fine. Issue number three. Supergirl uncovers the Garden of Death. Ah, okay. And we have Supergirl with a little kitten, and a party going on in the background. Next up, we've got Supergirl becomes her own worst enemy in the borrowed brain. That is issue number four. That is in a very fine condition. I mean, yeah, it's not a near mint. I think I agree with the very fine grading on that. Issue number five. What a cracker this is. Uh, Really nice. Issue number six. We are in 1973 here. We still appear to have a bit of hippie power from behind this. Supergirl's stolen kisses will cost lives. This is in a very fine condition. Uh, Supergirl number seven, and we have Supergirl and Zatanna fighting over an abominable snowman. Great stuff. These are absolutely fantastic. Uh, Next one, number eight, keeps getting better. Here we have Supergirl, Batman, Hawkman, Green Lantern on the cover, and it would appear that Supergirl has become a Medusa. Number nine, um, Super Amazon. And finally, number 10, and we get an appearance of a D-list uh, DC character, Prez, on the cover. That's it. That was it. That was the 10 issue run of Supergirl. Great stuff, I think, there by Bob Oxner. on the cover art. Right. I picked up this from Darren. He had a copy of this. I don't own one. This is this is Superman kissing the boots of Star Sapphire. Right, and that's in high grade. I also picked up some Lois Lanes from Darren. These are right at the end of the run, and most of these I collect Lois Lanes. I have got one or two of these, but there's five or six of these are going into my PC. They're in pretty decent grade. Uh, that one has got yeah. Oh, Thorn, yeah. Rose and Thorn. There we go. Lois Lane. Look at the perspective on this one. This is Lois Lane, number 117. Love the perspective on that. Which way around is correct way up? I think it's that way. Uh, great stuff. Number 126. We've got a clown cover. Everybody loves a clown by the looks of it. Number 133, The Lady is a Bomb. Oh, this is great. It's in fantastic condition. That is in minty, minty, minty condition. And I haven't got that one. Another one in great condition, 134. And number 136. We're right at the end of the Lois Lane run here. I have to say that this is number 137. How many Lois Lanes have I got? I think I've got about 80 to 90 of them. So I've still got some way to go. Most of my missing ones are from the early issues. I love this cover with Lois on the front of the runaway train. Great. Okay. The next run that I sort of got from Darren, and I do have some of these, I do collect this. I do have issue one of this already. And there is a link between this series and the Supergirl series I showed first. Okay. And I'll explain it when it happens. Okay. And this is Shazam. Okay. So this is DC reviving Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was a Fawcett character. Fawcett went out of business when they were sued by DC, saying it was too similar to Superman or National Periodicals. Then the name was let slip, and Marvel got the name. So then DC recreated Captain Marvel as Shazam, the complicated story of Captain Marvel. Issue 6. Now, these covers here are by a artist called C.C. Beck. And also, these are in great condition. These are all very fine. And this is issue number 9. Really great. Love the simplicity and clean cut sort of drawing here by C.C. Beck on Shazam number 9. Now, the artist is going to change. So CC Beck stops doing the cover art, and who takes over the cover art on Shazam? None other than Mr. Ostner, the gentleman who did the covers on Supergirl. So Bob Ostner, this is Bob Ostner's first cover with the old granny there. Very picking up, and it's very CC Beck like, isn't it? Um, Issue number 16. Uh, this is still Bob Osner. I love this cover. Who called me for help? It's the celebrated talking frog of Blackstone Forest. Yeah, this is one of those buy this comic or the frog gets it covers. And another Bob Osner cover, The World's Mightiest Morsel. Oh no, I've been trapped by giant rats. Of course he has. And then finally, this last one is neither C.C. Beck nor Bob Ostner. It's Schaffenberger. There we go. So those will go into my Shazam collection. I've got a pretty, that's almost complete run of Shazam that I've got. Okay, last three here, all very rare and quite old. Okay, this one uh, is Marvel Man Family from 1954. So, UK publisher called L. Miller and Son had the rights to reproduce Fawcett Comics starring Captain Marvel. When Fawcett lost the battle against DC and basically closed, the company in the UK, L. Miller and Son, decided to reinvent Captain Marvel themselves using an artist and comic entrepreneur, uh, uh, Bill Anglo. Can't remember his first name. Anyway, it's called Anglo, Mick Anglo, Mike Anglo, something like that. And they sort of created Marvel Man. So they did Marvel Man Junior, and Marvel Man Family. Oh, this is the first ever Marvel Man Family annual. It is in great condition. I mean, these things, these are rare, rare, rare. Okay. There's one of these on the UK whatnot at the moment. I am stalking it um, because these things are very rare and in this sort of grade, uh, very desirable. Right. And then finally, these two last ones Darren gave me for free. He knows I collect pulps. And these are fantastic. I think they're both from the same source, and I'll explain why I think they're both from the same source. This one is Amazing Stories Quarterly um, from 1929. Yes, 1929. Look at the condition on this. Look at that spine. That is nearly 100 years old. That is 96 years old or thereabouts. And look at it, it's in great condition. Here's the back. Um, and internally as well, the pages have held really well together. There's no damage to this at all. Incredible from 1929. It's a science fiction anthology, so it's mainly text, but there are one or two, there's one or two drawings in here. See if I can find a drawing, page with a drawing. Never can find one when you want one. Uh, some drawings there. Where are you? Come on, drawings. I was reading this earlier. Oh, lots of drawings. Why can't I find one? There we go. Look at that amazing quality. Right. And also, not only one, but he gave me a second early pulp as well. This one is Wonder Stories Quarterly from autumn of 1931. Again, great looking condition. Now, why do I think these came from the same place? Right, I will show you. If you look, I don't know if you can see that on the edge there, it says special stock taken every 12 hours. So this was in some sort of bookstore or somewhere where they counted the stock every 12 hours. This Wonder Stories Quarterly has a very similar marking on it. So I think these came from the same place, wherever that is. If anybody knows, let me know. Um, but that is your lot for now. Some fantastic and rare comics there. And that ends my Splat Comics haul from 2025. Some really great and special comics there. That is your lot. See ya again soon.